Out of New York, and the Jets' worst fears have become a reality. For more on Aaron Rodgers, we bring in NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. And Tom, what is the latest on Aaron Rodgers?
Will, as expected, an MRI confirmed just a short time ago that Aaron Rodgers suffered a complete tear of his left Achilles tendon. That means that Rodgers, barring a miracle long shot comeback in the playoffs, is done for the 2023 regular season. It occurred on just the fourth snap that he had played as a member of the Jets when he was sacked from behind, tackled by Leonard Floyd. He initially stood up, then went back down to the ground, had x-rays, had additional tests. They knew last night, as Robert Saleh mentioned in his post-game press conference, that in all likelihood, this was the outcome. The MRI merely confirmed it. Aaron Rodgers with a complete tear of that left Achilles tendon. Now, there's multiple areas of fallout from this. First one, who takes over as the Jets quarterback? Well, Zach Wilson, who came on last night, did throw a touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson in that win, is the next guy up. The former number 2 overall pick has had a really good offseason. He has benefited from working with Aaron Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett. There certainly is going to be discussion externally about bringing in a veteran. They need at least another arm in the building just because right now the only other quarterback they have is Tim Boyle, who's on the practice squad. You need a third quarterback around. But to the idea that they're going to make a big trade or find somebody else, as one person with the Jets put it to me earlier today, there's nobody out there who's going to be an upgrade over what we potentially can get out of Zach Wilson. Maybe that changes, Will, weeks or months down the line. But as of now, they are rolling with Wilson as their new QB1.
They're rolling with what they've got, but if there were some names out there that could potentially fill the need, who could potentially be those names out there, Tom?
Well, some of the names that would be available right now, Matt Ryan is a free agent. He was in the broadcast booth a couple of days ago calling the Vikings-Buccaneers game. You've got Carson Wentz, who, of course, has bounced around to several other teams in recent years here. I don't know that if the Jets or another team were looking at the tape from last season, they're seeing a lot from either of those two quarterbacks to indicate that they're going to be an upgrade over Zach Wilson. Nick Foles is out there as well. Not clear whether or not Nick Foles even wants to play anymore. Colt McCoy, who was released by the Cardinals, is another free agent, though there are some reasons to believe that that would not be something that would be in play for the Jets. Obviously, you've got some of those absolute long shots like Tom Brady, who made pretty clear in his speech at the stadium in Foxborough the other day that he's moving on from his career. And then, of course, Phillip Rivers, who Kyle Shanahan said recently would have been his extreme backup plan had the 49ers advanced to the Super Bowl without their top 3 quarterbacks last year. Rivers is currently coaching high school football in, I believe it's Alabama. There's not really a sign that he would want to play a full season here. There'd be other potential quarterbacks out there. There's some teams with depth. Case Keenum is on the Texans roster, kind of buried on their depth chart. The Steelers have 3 quarterbacks who have played a lot of games. But right now, the focus is on getting Zach Wilson ready. They've got a defense, Will, that's really, really good, as they showed last night against the Bills. Yeah. They can run the football with Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. They got playmakers like Garrett Wilson. In other words, Zach Wilson should be better set up to potentially find success on this team than he has in the past. They're going to need to play within himself and not make those mistakes that have proved costly when Wilson's had his opportunities in the past.